What is up, cupcakes? It's your boy Paperback Dan. I'm back. I'm doing this week's videos. No more old stuff. I'm still sick because it's only been one day. But welcome officially to the new year of cupcakes comic book reviews on new comic book day stuff. I'm excited for what 2022 has in store for us. There's a lot of things that I'm looking forward to, and unfortunately, not too many of those things came out this week. But there's still some good stuff to talk about, so I'm going to jump right into it. My pull list actually was smaller than I expected it to be. I don't know if my shop didn't get some of the books that I thought I would be getting, or if it was accidentally not added to my list. I don't know. But I only got a few books, so it's not bad. It's very DC heavy. So I'm going to start with the non DC stuff, and that would be first Monkey Meat. Yes, Monkey Meat from Image. So, number one, series just started, and I did not like this book. I didn't. It's not to say that I don't have anything good to say about it, but I won't. It's not for me. It's just the art is messy and convoluted. There's certain times where it's hard to tell what's going on. The character design, the main character that the story focused on in this particular issue, I couldn't even tell you what he looked like. I think his beard was orange, but like that was about it, and he wore a jacket. So like that just kind of speaks to what the art was like. I mean, in the cover, this is basically what it looks like on the inside as well. This is actually a little bit more on the easy to interpret side, which, I mean, if you look at that, I feel like that says a lot. Yeah, I'm not saying the art is terrible, but it certainly isn't for me. And it says right on here, a thrilling anthology. Anthologies are not my thing either, so I have no reason to pick up a second issue. So I won't. It does not get a recommendation from me. I couldn't even tell you what the book is about, to be completely honest. It these monkeys own this like island or something, and they make monkey meat, and they're working on this new project, and they're not allowed to tell you what's in it, and they didn't come up with a name for it yet, but it's some sort of drink. I think they're calling it the 21G project or something like that. I don't know. The whole thing is ridiculous. It didn't hold my interest. I'm not getting an issue 2. That's all there is to it. So we're starting off 2022 with a bang, you know. No, I don't think I've reviewed something that harshly, and that includes Frontiersman, which I'm just going to flash it real quick because screens don't record very well. I'll put it up so you can see it. Frontiersman number 4 is another book that I got this week. The only other non-DC book. And as you know, me and Connor have some very strong feelings about this series. But I think it's starting to turn around for me, if I'm being completely honest. The series is starting to gain my interest a little bit more. The first issue really was underwhelming. The second issue was an upgrade, but it's not saying much. Issue 3 started to turn me around. And now issue 4 I thought was pretty decent as well. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but like I'm looking forward to issue 5, and not just for the sake of shitting on it. Don't get me wrong, I still think that Patrick Kinlan has a lot of balls to say and claim that it's the best book on the racks, or superhero book on the racks, 4 months strong now. It's not. It's still very much not. I don't even know that it's the best superhero book at Image right now. But I mean, hey, that guy can put whatever he wants in his books. That's the beauty of creator-owned stuff. But issue 4, I did enjoy it. I'm legitimately looking forward to issue 5, which I did not think that I would say. But here we are. New year, new me, I guess. I don't know. With that said, we're gonna slide over to the DC part of things. But yeah, Frontiersman number 4, not bad. So for DC, up first, we've got World of Krypton, number 2 of 6. And I said in my video, I believe it was with Low Heat, I don't know a whole hell of a lot about, certain aspects of DC lore. I spent a lot of time not wanting anything to do with DC, not reading it, not Googling anything, any of that stuff. What I knew is things that became common knowledge, or watching like the Justice League animated show, or Batman, or Static Shock, or whatever else 90s kids watched. But World of Krypton is by Robert Venditti, and I'm enjoying it because it's giving me backstories that I wasn't really familiar with. It is basically like a retelling of what happens to Krypton, because everybody knows Krypton doesn't exist anymore, which is why they ship off Kal-El to begin with. And it's interesting. I don't think it's for everyone. If you already know the history, you probably won't really be interested in it. But since I don't, or since some of it's kind of like iffy for me, I like it. I definitely, like, this is a series that I look forward to on a monthly basis at this point. We're now 2 issues in. I've liked both issues. This one, there's a bit of a time jump. So, like, they are going to cut to the chase come issue 6, I believe. There's a 2-year gap in between issue 1 and issue 2. So things are progressing pretty hastily. And I'm here for the ride. It's like watching the Titanic. Like, what's going to happen, but, like, you still kind of want to see what leads up to it. Yeah, so World of Krypton, number 2, gets a thumbs up from me. My only complaint is the art isn't doing it for me. I think the way that Michael Avon Oming, that's what it was. I couldn't remember his name. It's not my thing. It's not terrible. At least I can see what's going on and understand it compared to fucking monkey meat. But it's okay. I don't like the way he draws people. The background and, like, set pieces, all that other stuff, that's all fine. I like how that looks. But the people is where he's losing me. It doesn't look anything like it does on the cover. I mean, I don't even love that either, but it definitely looks better and less, the characters look less like caricatures compared to the inside of the book. But yeah, World of Krypton number 2 still gets a thumbs up / recommendation from me. Up next, we've got Justice League Incarnate, number 3 of 5. I'm glad that I've been keeping up with this series. I think the covers have been awesome. I'm really enjoying it so far. I mean, just look at that. It's cool. Joshua Williamson is doing some pretty cool stuff over there. It's not, mind blowing or anything like that, but I I do like multiverse stuff because I like the spins that you can take on different characters, like with Superman or Batman or even some of the lesser known characters. I like seeing different spins on them from different Earths. It's cool. Admittedly, there was a part in this book where they started to lose me, but they managed to turn it back around in a couple of pages. So I'm still fully on board with this. There's 2 issues left, and I want to see where it goes. I'm not optimistic that this will end in a very satisfying way. I do think that because this came off of Infinite Frontier, this book will probably lead into something else. But I might end up getting it. So, yeah. Before I get to my pick of the week, my cover of the week, can't believe it. It's 2022, and my favorite cover of the week on the rack this week was Spawn, believe it or not. Issue number 325. It was the B cover, but I just thought it was so cool. I couldn't even tell you what's going on completely. I just know that there's this like giant monkey looking cybernetic gorilla fucking thing. I don't know, but I think it looks awesome. So that's why it's my cover of the week. If I was reading Spawn, it would get me excited to read it. If I didn't want to read all of Spawn, it would make me consider getting the book. But it's 325 is kind of a weird spot to jump in, so I won't. I'll just keep getting the compendiums as they come out. I finally got the second one, actually. But yeah, so Spawn number 325. 2022 is off to a weird start. I'm collecting all this DC stuff. I totally shit on a book with like no positives to say. And Spawn is my cover of the week. It's all very weird for me. But with that said, almost done. My pick of the week. I'm finally caught up on this series, and I was immediately hooked, and I cannot wait for next month. It's Dark Knights of Steel, number 3. Tom Taylor doing his Elseworlds thing. This book is right up my alley. I love the fantasy setting that they've got going on, this like medieval thing. I'm here for it. I've heard it compared to like some Game of Thrones type stuff. I haven't seen it. I know, don't shame me. But I can see it. I can see the comparisons. And I'm here for it. I like the spin on these characters that they've got. The book is really pretty. I've got next to no complaints about it. I mean, it's awesome. It's definitely my pick of the week. Had I read the other 2 issues in time, they probably would have been my pick of the week as well for those 2 weeks. But yeah, Dark Knights of Steel, if you're not on the bandwagon, get on now. It's still early. I'm glad I did. I was on the fence. I almost didn't want to, but because it's Tom Taylor and because it's an Elseworlds book, I talked myself into it, and I'm glad. I'm glad that I did. Yeah, so Dark Knights of Steel, can't recommend it enough. Honestly, overall, it's a pretty decent week. It's just Monkey Meat had to kind of put a damper on things. Everything else I thought was pretty solid. So 2022 is off to an okay start as far as books go. I'm looking forward to next week. Got a bunch of stuff that I'm looking forward to from that too. So with that said, I'm going to close this out. Remember to like and comment and subscribe to the channel. Do all those things that I never plug because I'm not a professional. I'm just here because I enjoy talking about comics and I want to talk to more people about them. So feel free to comment. Let me know what you read this week, what you hated this week. Did you pick up Monkey Meat? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Tell me why. And join the Facebook group too, because that's where we would probably do the most like talking about anything. That's the easiest place to have any sort of discourse or anything. Join the Facebook group, Cupcakes Comic Reviews, and that's all I got. So I wish you guys a happy new year again, and I will see you next week. Peace.